Are you trying to build the best team in Madden? Well, go today and avoid the packs and save some racks. Head on over, use code CC for 15% off. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are back today doing some wishlist stuff. We're not doing gameplay wishlist yet. I want to wait until we get some EA players a little more information. So we'll at least wait till tomorrow when EA plays to give you guys that. I've obviously got a lot of things on my mind for things I would like to be in the game. At this point, probably anything wishlist item, if it's not in the game, it's just not going to be in the game, right? But we can talk about Mutt. Now, every year we've talked about which new legends should be in the game. And it was always a fun conversation to have. But a lot of times, the names you would have wanted weren't really legends. And then EA went out this year and they flipped the script on us with Themed Diamonds, which was my favorite promo of the year. It was, even though they weren't always the best cards or the biggest names, they were really good. So this is going to give us the ability to not just have new legends, real legends, but also legends, as it would be for Themed Diamonds for Madden 21. I got to assume it would come back. It was such a hit. Right, it was so popular. Why wouldn't it come back? But let's talk about some of those. Now, I'm not going to cover every team here, but what I want you to do is, if you've got a favorite team, put the one guy you want from your team down in the comments below. Okay, I'm gonna miss some. I'm gonna not think of some, and that's okay. But I did do a couple pretty. I'm gonna not lie to you guys. I did a really poor job making some custom card art. I was feeling a little creative, not a lot creative, but just a little. So I made this for us, okay? 3 cards that I would like to see in the game. Charles Woodson. I think he's my number 1, honestly. He really is my number 1. Reggie Bush. He's been in the media a lot lately, so his name's kind of just popped to the top of my mind, obviously. I would love to have him back in there. I used to love his Campus Heroes card. Was amazing to use. Oh, it was one of my favorite cards to use, especially when you could do the double juke. That was a lot of fun. And we got Vince Young, right? Former cover athlete, with the way that quarterback running, RPOs, all that. I think he would be amazing. He kind of reminds me of, like, I don't remember them running a lot of RPOs, and he didn't really do a lot in the NFL, and that's okay. But these are 3 guys that I sort of made this, and I think would be great additions. I think Charles Woodson would be a legend, a true legend. He wouldn't be a Packers themed diamond or a Raiders themed diamond. He would just be a real legend, or a program master. You know, these other guys, not quite legend status, right? Not quite, but they could fit. You could put Reggie Bush in as the Saints themed diamond. Juice McAllister again. Vince Young obviously could go in as the Titans themed diamond. But let's talk about some other guys as well. I'm going to take this off the screen so we don't just sort of focus on that. Talk about some guys. Now, the first guy I want to bring up to you guys after those 3 is a guy we have not had in the game for so long. I think we were really close in getting this year. The NFL 100. That's Derek Thomas. Sort of given the yin to the yang with Lawrence Taylor as pass rushers. Now, obviously, we've got the Khalil Macks and the Von Millers who sort of play that same role. But I don't know. I remember Derek Thomas when I was a kid, and I remember him being absolutely dominant. And the last time I think I used this card was in Madden 25. We had an Ultimate Legend card, which was absolutely outstanding. Just outstanding card. I would love to see that back. Okay. So I hope that, I have no idea, but I would like to see him back in the game. Right. Now, the next cards we're going to talk about are just going to be more along the Themed Diamond level. I'm sure there's a ton of big name legends that we're truly missing, but that didn't spring to my mind instantly. They're not going to be there. And I'm going to omit like Tim Tebow from my list because I've already got Vince Young. I don't really need a Tim Tebow as well. He's playing baseball now, so I don't know why he would need to be in the game. But let's think. Let's get into this. To start off, I want to just rattle off a couple names that I had the top of, like the very top of my mind, some position players that I would really like to see again in the theme diamond. So again, these aren't cards I would really consider legends. And again, I want to pick players that have potentially multiple teams as well. So the first card I want to pick is Mushin Muhammad. Okay. Now, he did play for 2 teams. He played for the Panthers and the Bears. I remember him destroying the Falcons every week, so that's why I had this thought in my head that he was amazing. He only had 3 1,000-yard years, it looks like. Nothing spectacular, but again, as a theme diamond, a 6'2 receiver, I mean, who says no, right? Who says no? The next name I had up here was Warwick Dunn. Again, he's a little guy, just a little guy, but Warwick Dunn was an incredibly good running back. He played for the Falcons, obviously, and the Bucks. Again, we're striking across 2 teams there. Very cool. And then for a lot of what he's done after his career, even when he was during his career, it was just a little quieter. He's an amazing human being. And if this means that more people would Google Warwick Dunn and see what he's done, then that's probably a really good thing. So I would like to see him in there. Again, I'm going to go slight homer pick here. It's just a slight homer pick. Steven Jackson, again, another running back who did play on 3 teams: Rams, Falcons, Patriots. He played for the Patriots. He had 21 carries for the Patriots. Monster. He was a monster. And had a ton of yards. Never a lot of touchdowns. Just a ton of yards. But I would like to see him in the game, right? Big bruising back. Kind of like Derrick Henry-ish. A little bit. Which would be very cool. And the last sort of running back that I'm going to cover here is Darren McFadden, aka Run DMC. We're only covering 2 teams here, Oakland and Dallas, but again, that is a very, he was like he was Wildcat, right? He was the Wildcat, and he's kind of like my pick for there. So again, I think that would be pretty cool to have him back in the game. I remember his cards before were amazing. He was super fast. So who wouldn't love it? And who says no to a little bit of Run DMC? Let's get on to some other positions. So again, I'm not doing like offensive linemen here. Okay, it's my list. You guys can still put down below who you want from your team, but this is my list, and you're not going to agree with them all. Sticking on the offensive side of the ball, a receiver, not the biggest guy. What is it? 5'10". Played for the Jets. Played for the Redskins. Santana Moss. Again, I don't know if it's from watching him in college and seeing him just being like this, such a deep threat. I mean, look at his numbers were good. He's not great. He had 10,000 career yards, though. That's not bad. And then one more receiver. Again, a different sort of change of pace receiver. We've picked the fast guy. Now we're going to pick the big guy, Vincent Jackson, standing 6'5", who would then get Chargers and the Bucks. I think you guys would take that, especially Chargers. I mean, you guys didn't really have any receivers on your teams lately. So those are the offensive guys, right? I could go and pick some quarterbacks, but again, you give me like Vince Young and I'm happy, because a lot of the other guys are going to be not mobile and I wouldn't want to use them anyway. So again, it's my list and that's the way it is. So we'll get a couple guys on defense here and then we'll wrap this up. Now, normally when we get to defense, this is what I would have said, the name Cromartie, Mays. But they're already been in the game and I hope that they come back. So instead, we're going to start out with someone, again, call me a little biased, Asante Samuel, Patriot, Eagles, and Falcons. Did not do a ton with the Falcons. He had one good year. But, I mean, he had some monster years. And why wouldn't you want to see someone like that? Asante Samuel, cornerback, very good. And I'm picking some of these recent guys here, okay? That's just the way it has to be. Again, Charles Tillman, I thought was a really good pick for coming back in the game. We've had a lot of these guys before. And here's an interesting name for you guys. Didn't play a lot. He did not play a lot. But he did have a 9 interception season. Right? I remember this guy. Maybe not a lot of people remember him, but he actually played for a bunch of teams as well, so he fits our criteria. Brian Russell, okay? They would say, oh, who's Brian Russell? He was a defensive back. He played for the Vikings, made a 9-interception season. He played for the Browns, the Seahawks, the Texans, and the Jags. So he could fit a lot of those criteria for us. Again, that's great. I think the more the merrier, having players who can sort of cover a bunch of teams. Charles Woodson, Nnamdi. Ooh, Nnamdi. They didn't do his card very good, man. That's really unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. But I think from DBs, you could pick I'm just looking at this list of names. There's so many guys you could be like, oh, I want him, I want him, I want him. But it's tough, man, because a lot of these guys had really good seasons at times, really, really good. But I'm gonna veer away from DBs then, and I want to look at pass rusher. Now I'm not going necessarily linebackers, because I think we already got a lot of the really good ones, and EA can fill in the holes, because I'm always going to forget who the good speedy linebackers were who liked on your team. So that's what you should put down below. But looking at the single season sack leaders as we go through this list, there are names up here of players we don't have. Players who may be coming back in the league, like Alden Smith, right? Apparently he's coming back in the league. He's a guy I would have sort of put on there, but he had the legal issues. He wasn't going to actually get put into there. We actually have a lot of these guys who have already been in the game. And then again, I'm obviously thinking a little differently. So I would like to see Sean Merriman, right? Don't know why he's not in the game. We got Sean Phillips in charge. We didn't get Sean Merriman for whatever reason. Now, he didn't play a ton. He really didn't. He really didn't. And he did play for 2 teams. He actually played for the Bills as well. But that would be okay. Another name that I would have sort of brought up would have been Simeon Rice. But bam, he's in the game already, which is great. Let me just keep going through this list here. Guys who haven't been in the game for a while. Peter Boulware was in the game before. I could go either way on that. This is an interesting name for the Lions fans. The Lions fans, Robert Porcher. Right? You guys remember him? You should remember him. Dude had some, he had some pretty good years, and he played actually end-to-end tackle as well. So it was kind of dope. I wouldn't mind seeing him in there. Again, we're trying to get everyone for different teams, because that's what we have to do. I would like to see Javon Curse come back, obviously. I could pick a homer pick with Patrick Kearney, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I just keep seeing Derek Thomas. Here he is. This is the guy I wanted to see. Mario Williams. Again, recent guy, right? #1 overall pick. Wasn't the world's best player at times, but other times, I mean, he had 5 multi-digit sack years. Texans, Bills, Dolphins. He played for the Dolphins. He played for 5 games for the Dolphins. He started, actually. I did not know that, but kind of cool. So that would be that right there. The pass rushers. And now I want to look at some of the linebackers. I'm just going to take some guesses on here. We've already picked the Bucks. You can't pick a Hardy Nickerson, right? Falcons, we already had Jesse Tuggle in there. Ray Lewis, we already have all the time. Patrick Willis. Steve Atwater. He kind of falls in that legend category, even though he's never actually made it to the Hall of Fame, I don't think. Oddly enough. London Fletcher would be very good. Haven't had him. I'm looking for one guy in particular who crossed my mind. I'm just going to type it in here. This is going to be the last name for the video, okay? Not that this is the biggest name, but LeVar Arrington, okay? 6'3". He did play for 2 teams. He played for the Redskins and the Giants, okay? But the man was really good. He had some really good years, man. Didn't quite live up to the hype, But again, that's kind of what this is about a little bit, right? So again, please put down below, let me know who you want for your team. It could be a legend. It could be a non-legend. Doesn't matter. It's your choice. It's who you want. So put it down below and put your team there too so we know. Don't just put... Because, be specific, okay? But will we get these guys? I don't know. I assume everything's already in place. So we can't really make any influence. But we can hope and pray that whoever you want does actually join the MUT ranks this year, and hopefully they get a Team Diamond card or Legend. So until next time, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out. Peace.